3, we are going to get a brand new method to solve systems of equations, a method that's way easier than what we've done. 6-3, we solve through what's called elimination, also known as linear combination. And I don't know how the MCAs, what kind of vocabulary they'll use, but I want you to write down that it means the same thing. Elimination is the same thing as linear combination. Okay? And there's just 4 steps. Now they get to be pretty advanced steps, but as long as you understand the procedure and the algorithm to it, you'll be fine. So the first step is get one variable to be the opposite of the other. That means something like you have a 2x and a negative 2x. Or you have a 5y and a negative 5y. That's our goal. Get one to be the opposite of the other. Secondly, we add the equations. Then we solve for the 1. This is going to be the one we're going to, because this, making it the opposite of each other, eliminates. That's the elimination method. If we make it an opposite, it eliminates. Okay? And then 4th, we're going to get the other. Now watch. Looking here, I see that my 4x and negative 4x are opposites. Watch what I can do. If I add these 2 equations, the 4x plus a negative 4x cancels out. Do you agree? Yeah. Then I get 2y plus another y is 3y. 7 plus 2 is 9. Y is 3. You see what happened there? I solved my y, and look how fast I solved it. Now, to find my x, I just pick an equation, 4x, I'm picking the top one. 4x plus 2y is equal to 7. Our y is 3, so I just plug that in. And I get 4x plus 2 times 3 is 7. 4x plus 6 is 7. 4x equals negative 1. X is a negative 1/4. And that's okay. So again, let me just walk through what I did. I combined these right away. So I went 4x plus a negative 4x. That cancels my x out. And then I combined my y's. 2y plus 1y is 3y. 3y is equal to 7 plus 2 is 9. Then I went through and solved. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Then I went back to my original equation, one of them. I don't care which one you pick. There's 2 that you're given. I went back to one of them and solved for my other variable. Okay, sometimes we need to solve a system and they're not opposites of each other. Do you see that? Like I don't have a 3 and negative 3 and oh wait, yeah I do. I do have a 2 and negative 2. So that tells me right away I can combine these. I want everybody to write this down in their notes and combine them. So knowing that I can cancel the y's out, I'm just going to go ahead and combine these. I get 3x, take an x away, I'm at 2x. A positive 2 minus 2, that's gone. I have nothing there anymore. Equals 12 plus a negative 8 is 4. X is 2. So I got part of my solution. Well, now we got to plug, in order to solve for y, we got to either plug this equation, our x, into that equation, or the bottom equation. I'm going to choose the top because there's less negatives. I'll make my life a little easier. So I get 3x plus 2y is 12. X is 2, so 3 times 2 plus 2y is 12. 6 plus 2y is 12. 2y is 6. Y is 3. So the tricky part is how do you find your other variable? It seems once we start combining, it's easy to find this. It's what do I do with that now? And what you need to do is pick either the first or second equation and substitute what you found in. Now look at the next example. We have 4x plus y is 24, and 2x minus 3y is negative 2. Is any one of those an opposite of the other? No, right? I have a 4 and a 2. I would need a 4 and a negative 4, right? I have a 1 and a negative 3. So that tells me I'm going to have to make one an opposite of each other. Okay? And I look here, I have a negative here, and I have a positive. So they're opposite signs. I can make this equation an opposite of 3, of negative 3, by timesing through by 3. Okay? So I get 12x plus 3y is, what's 24 times 3?
32.
Thank you. And then 2x minus 3y is negative 2. Now see what I did there. My purpose here was to get this to be a 3 so I can cancel it out. That's what we're going to have to do. Sometimes we're going to have to manipulate things a little bit so we can cancel out. I could have also times this by negative 2. Because if I times this whole thing by negative 2, that would turn into a negative 4, and the 4 and negative 4 would cancel. So you do have options, class. Okay? You definitely have options. But I just try not to use negatives if I don't have to, because so many kids make sign mistakes. So now I'm going to combine. I get 14x, that cancels, is equal to a 70. 14 divided by 70 is 5. So now I have my x is 5. Now I got to find my y. So I pick an equation. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the top one. 4x plus y is equal to 24. I'm going to plug my 5 into the x. So I get 20 plus y is 24. Y must be 4. So my solution to the system is 5, 4. Okay, looking at this example, I see the y's can cancel out right away, so I can just start combining. I get 8x. The y's cancel is equal to 8. X is 1. I'm going to choose my top equation because there's no negatives to find my y. So I get 2 times 1 plus 5y is 17. 5y is 15. That's me subtracting 2. Y is 3. So my solution is 1, 3. All right, looking at this next example right here. We have 3p plus q equals 7, and 2p minus 2q is equal to a negative 6. I see that I have a negative and a positive, so I know that something will cancel out. If I can get these two, the q's, opposites of each other. So I'm going to times all of this by 2, because then I get a 2 in front of my q. So I'm going to rewrite 6p plus 2q equals 14. Make sure you distribute to everything. And then I'm just going to rewrite my bottom equation. Combine 8p, that cancels, is equal to 8.
1.
P is equal to 1. Pick an equation. I pick my top one. Right. So I get 3 times 1 plus q equals 7. 3 plus q is 7. Q is 4. That should help you with your first little bit of elimination. We'll get more into it tomorrow.